Welcome back. Today I have been sent these black pigment liner set from Twohands. So I'm just going to show you really what they're for those of you who don't know what a liner set is. So with a pen you're obviously restricted to obviously the size of the nib, and they're all pretty much the same size. Whereas a fine liner is like a little tiny mechanical pencil, really small one, up to a thick chisel, and then they also come with a brush as well. So the lines you can get, if I just have a look in here a minute. So for practice wise, I've used this the number 3, and I've just done a practice, and this was probably, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe, but just sort of over and over again, because that's what I do when I practice things. I like to doodle them over and over and over. And this is just a, it says it's an artist sketch pad, but it's out of the works, and this was £2 or something, really cheap. Right, so here, so where I've been doodling these, whatever they are. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know what the names of the flowers are. I'm just sort of doodling with paint and these Fineliners, and I like to write myself little notes which brush I've used, and I've been using the Fineliners for that as well. So each different. So like the colours, I don't know. I mean, this is indigo. Now with my memory, I wouldn't remember it as indigo. I'd have no idea what blue that was. So just for like writing little notes. And as you can see, this is a different sort of. This is done with a thicker fine liner, and I've just written down what the colours basically look like. And I'm only just doing it. They're only little quick like little doodles. They're certainly not anything to write home about. So this is a little quick sketch of, because what I do sometimes, my grandson, he'll say to me, draw me this and draw me that, and do only little doodles and stuff, and just to see if he sort of, like this was a house he knows, and I said to him, whose house is it? And he obviously got it, but like a little sketchy thing. So you could do it on, if you're on say holiday, you can do a little sketch of wherever you are, and it's more like a, this is called a line and wash, which is basically like a little bit of a cartoony sketch rather than a painting. But little quick doodles like that, if you're not familiar with line and wash, they are really good. That was another little house there, but just little thing. That was after the car. I started painting the car, and then while I was just in the car park, that's another little doodle with these fine liners. This is a start of a street scene. If I just pick up this 02, I don't know what size it was, but all I would be doing, sort of where these buildings might come down here, and there's probably some more shops and stuff down this bit here, down the bottom, and then the road will obviously come along here, and as you can see there's a couple of people there, and I'll just build these people up, and you'd end up with a bit of a street scene, couple of cars or whatever. And then what you then do is just get a bit of watercolour and maybe put a bit of sky in, and just the odd building. My grandson said to me, I think it was a ball. Anyway, I started doing a ball, and he went, no, dolphin. So I had to change that then to, oh, that don't look like a dolphin, but that's what it ended up. So it ended up like started off here, and I ended up having to sort of jiggle it about, and this was again with this, one of these fine liners, and then just put in a couple of hours, a bit of green, bit of blue, and there's your dolphin type thing. So because these sketchbooks are so cheap, it obviously doesn't matter how many pages I waste out of them. So this was the brush pen, which on here you can see, hopefully you can see the sizes. The sizes are 005, you can see it on here anyway. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, then you get a 1mm, which is about the size of this big pen. Then you get a 2, 3, or 20 and 30, which are like chisel pens, which are these. Which you could obviously, if you're any good at that, you could then do some fancy writing. I'm obviously no good at that, but some people who are into calligraphy could use those quite nice. I'll just show you what they look like. So this is a 2-0, which is a smallish chisel, and then a 3-0, which is obviously a bigger chisel, which they give a nice little natural curve to them. So if you was doing H is the wrong, but you can get that sort of thick going down, and then the up in calligraphy. I don't, it's again something I don't do, but there must be people that obviously are into calligraphy. I don't actually know what I'm doing it with it. I don't even know what I'm writing. But as you can see, you get like a nice little curvy bits, and as you go, I mean, that would be something that a lot of people, I'm sure, would be into. This one is the brush pen, which is, this is quite a nice thing as well. This is, I think this is if you press it harder as you go down. So like if you was drawing a leaf, if you then, you can obviously fill it in with this quite quickly. I'm just seeing if I can, yeah, so you can, right, so if you press it, it will open up and you can then get like a little leafy shape. But it would be the same for, what was that one, the E. You can go thin to thick. I know it's not a good example, but that's not really what I'm doing. Anyway, so on here, this side, this was the brush pen, and all I did was I wrote it. Where is that brush pen? That one. I just wrote it however the pen sort of decided to write. So the size, and I'm not trying to do anything with it, I'm just writing it as the pen it went itself. Now you might think, what's the point of that? So what my idea was, if I was drawing or painting something like a telephone box, for argument's sake, and you want to write the word telephone in there, it's going to be too difficult to do it with a paintbrush, even a line or anything. You're not going to get the exact lettering very good. So what I thought I'd do with these, just doing it, and then I can look through my size of my telephone box or whatever, or a name of a house or a name of a pub if you're doing a shop, something like that. It'll have the name on it, whatever, Sean's Cafe, and by the size of whatever painting I've got, I can then pick which one of the fine liners I would get them letters in without even having to worry about it. So if I think I could get the telephone, or say like it said, I don't know, the Dog and Duck, we're doing a pub, and then you think, so that might be too big, borderline, that one will go in nice, and so I think, so right, that's the one, I'll use a 03 for that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to have them for. This is the smallest one, this is a 005, and it's got the size on the cap and on the actual fine liner itself. So if I was doing dog and duck, that's the little writing there, and that's just, this seems to me that's the size this pen likes writing it. You can obviously do it bigger and make different things out of it, different pictures and stuff. I can see my grandson uses a fair bit of this. He just picks, he has whatever page he wants, he can have. I'll put them out of the way before I ruin them. This was another, again, more flowers. And it's funny, for years I never ever did a flower, weren't interested to her. So anyway, all in all, these fine liners are, right, see this would be typical. So you sort of got the paint on there first already. And then, so for that lines, as you can see, these lines are very thin. You can maybe put a few little squiggles in the bush, and then I'd look at that and think to myself, I probably want maybe a 2 or a 3 perhaps. Where's a 2 or a 3? I'll put these back in the packet in a minute. Right, so there's a 3, we'll go for that and see what that looks like. So that you can accentuate the, this is a mixed media pad, by the way, this one. So some people prefer the look of love, I was going to say there. Some people prefer this like little cartoony type drawings anyway. And you can even do a few little specky bits of grass and stuff, and maybe even a few details on the roof. Maybe there's something there. Maybe I forgot the chimney and all, who knows. And then if you wanted something a bit, where is it? So the brush, you could obviously, so darken the shadow down there. Maybe put a cut ring. So for like cartoony stuff, these again are a good thing to have, just to change your style. So for little sketches when you're out and about, excellent. And these are, I think, £8.99, and there will be a discount code, and you'll get 15% off, which they said they would give me. So there'll be a code in the description, and then so that works out less than £1 each, and you've got 12 in here, whereas I only ever had one before. That cost me about £4, and that was a uni pin, but these don't seem to be any different to the uni pin to me. Nicely made, nice little packet and stuff, so very good. Anyway, so that's about the fine liners, and they are made by Twohands, and you can get them on, sure, you're definitely on Amazon anyway, but I'll leave the link on there anyway, and I think the link up which I'll give you will be your best value. Anyway, I hope that's useful. See you on another one again soon. Cheers.